Team Fortress 2's SDK has been released. Big whoop. Reddit's kissing Gaben's feet again, and I have a bitter taste in my mouth with the notion that Gaben and group washed their hands from the whole TF2 ordeal. Oh, hi, I'm Rick. I usually do videos once in a while. I used to do a lot. Now I don't really do a lot of stuff because I'm a voice actor and I'm sick right now, so oh well. So with the drop of the SDK for Team Fortress 2, it's got a lot of people clamoring about removing and reverting updates like Meet Your Match and Delete Your Match, remaking Quick Play, adding items, adding functions that were never fully implemented. You know, like the ability to keep teams together during auto balance, which would have been really nice 7 years ago. But that's not what I'm looking at. What I'm about to tell you will most likely piss you off. Yes, with the SDK drop, Valve isn't outright saying we're done with TF2 because that's a sure stop for a new Steam market crash via the law of economic rippling. But from the looks of it, the smart ones have already cashed out. Because, let's be honest here, Valve is done with TF2. It's truth. Because what they've given us in terms of the SDK is more nefarious than people realize. See, if you've been paying attention over the past couple of months, Valve has been on a spree hoovering up game dev groups for projects, with the latest being Hoopu Games, the guys behind Risk of Rain and Deadbolt. They're looking for something, and they have big plans, beyond Deadlock, possibly beyond their Steam Deck. The thing is, Valve has the resources and the people, but what they want is an IP and a set of mechanics to exploit. No, not for Half-Life. Most likely something that's esports ready and monetizable, possibly another class-based hero shooter with RPG and tactical elements, or something else entirely, something new, something with this wow factor, pizzazz, something that's never been done before, like an Artifact 2 VR. Bad joke. If we were to look at the past and take Valve's history of software development into account, a lot of their games actually trace themselves from mods, specifically total conversions. TF2 traces its roots from Team Fortress, the mod. Counter-Strike traces its roots from Counter-Strike, the mod. Dota 2 traces its roots from, well, at this point you get the picture. Yes, Portal traces its roots from Nerbacular Drop, and the engine was built as an in-house project within Digipin Institute. Left 4 Dead 2 was created by Turtle Rock Studios, but that's some of the few outliers. Though we can speculate and data mine for brand new Half-Life or Portal information, personally how I see it is anything that is found is bait. It's all bait for the hype, or hype for the bait. All the little sprinklings in of Half-Life X3 unused content, the next Portal special goop. Let's be perfectly clear and real here. No one accidentally leaves supposed beta content for a project in a different product post-release. That doesn't happen unintentionally. I was a developer who created applications, still do, and I do not leave snippets of beta content from other applications I've created in the past. You don't do that. That's a security risk. That's an IP risk, and the content that takes up usable space can possibly be infringed by another nosy developer who decides to crack open your base code. However, you do engage in that activity if you're looking to build hype within the industry. It's called breadcrumbing. Games used to do it in the past with like trailers and demos actually on the disc. Sierra did this a lot, you know, and because of that, it's the oldest trick in the book when it comes to the entertainment industry. You leave content for another product or future release and build upon that hype you can recruit from later, or cash it in Valve's case. And now we kind of move into the elephant in the room that I've been trying to tell people that exist, alright? Valve is looking for total conversions to exploit. This is their peanut butter on the mousetrap concerning TF2's SDK. The biggest issue that Valve has as a flatland-style company is that while the work environment makes it very easy to start projects, the very same environment makes it difficult to finish said projects unless there's enough momentum or monetary incentive at the year to do so. i.e. the end of the year bonuses. Let's not mention sustainment, because no developer wants to be part of sustainment, and I'm guessing a lot of devs tend to scurry on their little wheels the moment somebody says the word. But if Valve can find something, like a total conversion, something beyond the normal Open Fortress, Team Fortress Classic ilk, and the new mods that are coming out that'll remove random crits, all of those issues go out the window concerning Valve, because it's new. It's exciting. The devs that got sniped and onboarded are still willing to put in the work and expand the IP. All the little nuances of burnout and turnover, project bore-out, etc. magically disappear, or at the very least are swept under the rug until the in-house hype and momentum dies. Because let's be real here, TF2's SDK being released is a trap. A very good one that had me going for a moment, because not too long ago, wasn't Open Fortress and Team Fortress Classic, along with other mods in this gray area of legality, being sent cease and desists, having long periods of silence between lawyers and representatives, etc.? The thing is, Valve wanted to let this game go so bad, but had to find a way to do so without letting go of the revenue stream that Funny Hat Game supplied. This is their out. And with that out, why not do what they always do and let the community take up the brunt work, then pick the winners to exploit from later, thus the TF2 SDK being released. Classic Valve move. It allows them to keep a hold of the market while waiting to see what rises to the top. Since the gray area is wiped away, more modders can feel more comfortable cracking open the codebase and releasing work without the possibility of getting in trouble. This was all an effort to coax out prospective developers to release their work on a centrally controlled platform, making it easier for the big kid of the playpen, Valve, to go home coincidentally with a cool new toy after everyone brings theirs during show and tell at the daycare. Why do you think they're opening up the workshop? It's simple, classic Valve. And we're falling for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Are we really that desperate? The answer is yes, unfortunately. And Valve is desperate as well. Valve has tried to get Deadlock off the ground. It seems esports ready, it seems monetizable, it already has a dedicated player base. The problem is that the devs are already starting to get bored working on it, and the player base is fairly small. So why not do the Valve thing and suck up more people in the industry to build off of it? Technically, it's still in alpha, beta, test. Throwing more people at a project always works, right? That's a joke. It doesn't. So they tried to make their own, and from their perspective, they failed. So now we have the TF2 SDK freely out in the wild, a carte blanche for any modder to take hold of and sink their teeth into. No legal repercussions, no strings attached. Let's ignore the steel cable tied to the end of the spooled rod and reel Valve is itching to crank back in. Just let your ideas flow freely as fixes to the TF2 base game are ignored, and somehow total conversions are repeatedly front-paged on the workshop to then see 6 months from that a brand new IP from Valve that just so happens to have the same amazing mechanics of said total conversion, just ready for the Steam Awards, rated total conversion of the year, promoted on the store's landing page and with a 2 attached to its name. Priced at $60, and of course, Steam Deck compatible. Am I being cynical? Am I being jaded? Yes, but I'm not stupid. I've been on both sides of the industry, especially when it comes to application development. I've been on the coding side, I've been on sustainment, I've been on the management side, the financial side, the investment side, getting the heads together between both the developers and the customers. I've done it all, and it's not far-fetched. This is Valve's MO when it comes to anything IP related, because at the end of the day, they can't end the story of Half-Life without spoiling 20 years of hype. They can't stop TF2 without crashing the economy. Neither can they do it with Counter-Strike because it is their economy. Portal, I don't actually know if they can end the story without it crashing back into Half-Life for some reason. And they don't really want to start anything else because, well, the developers of Valve get bored easily. God, looking at it now, I realize how creatively bankrupt Valve actually is. I mean, the last TF2 comic started with a fake out of all the characters being dead, but that's besides the point. What I'm saying is that TF2's SDK is a trap. It always has been. Valve's looking to snipe talent while washing their hands of the whole situation. Nothing new under the sun. They did it in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and they're doing it again. So, if you're a prospective developer, I won't stop you. If you have an idea and you're going to be using the TF2 SDK to launch your career and hopefully work for Valve, that's up to you. But proceed at your own risk. I'm Rick. Watch yourself.